talk appraisals. A lot of our clients have lots of questions, so let's go ahead and dive into some of the top questions that we get asked so that you can learn all there is to know about appraisals. Hey everyone, it's Lydia with the Golesh Team, and an appraisal is a pretty complex thing that in reality is a little bit simple if we boil it down, but you don't know what you don't know. So let's dive into everything that you now can know about an appraisal so that it is simple and clean and easy to understand. An appraisal is a third-party objective, we'll call it unbiased, report of what your home is worth. And this could be a home that you're currently in and you own. If you're refinancing, maybe that's something that an appraisal comes in common with as well. Or if you're purchasing a home, we typically see appraisals very common no matter the market. An appraisal is, you guessed it, completed by an appraiser, and they're a real estate professional in the real estate industry who knows home values, particularly home values in a certain area. Next big question that we get is, why do I complete an appraisal? Well, if you're refinancing in fact with a loan, or you're purchasing a home and you're using a loan to purchase it, an appraisal might be one of the conditions that your lender needs in order to go ahead and fully fund the loan so that you can close on your home. So whether you're purchasing a home with cash or you're going to go ahead and take the route of the loan, let's talk about why an appraisal is important. You as a buyer are able to say what the purchase price of a home is, which means that's the price that you're offering to the seller. Now, the seller goes ahead and agrees to that. You get under contract, and then what? Then we go ahead and have an appraiser come in as, again, a third party to confirm that value. That appraiser can come in and agree with you and the seller and say, yep, that's the value of the home. I can see that that value is there, and whatever you were offering on the home is what you'll end up closing it on. In another case, an appraiser could come in, again, as a neutral third party, and say that the home is of a different value. Regardless of the market or what the appraiser says, it's really good to understand what the actual value is from an unbiased third party so that you can understand what your future and current real estate assets are worth. Here's some other logistics and good odds and ends to know about appraisals. Number one, even if you're not purchasing with a loan, you still do have the right and opportunity to complete an appraisal. Here's the biggest difference in completing an appraisal with a loan versus cash. If you complete it with a loan, the lender will take care of coordinating, scheduling, and ordering the appraisal. So you're pretty much hands-off outside of course, a little bit of that payment ahead of time. If you're purchasing with cash, then it's something that we need to work with more one-on-one to schedule an appraisal. And we need to make sure that that appraiser is very, very good at the area that the home is in so that we're getting a very high quality appraisal. Another great question that we get asked is, will I recommend a certain appraiser? Again, if it's a certain cash situation, we can definitely have some appraisers coming in. In fact, we've had many clients who have refied or even gone through a process where they have the ability to select their own appraiser, and we're more than happy to give a great recommendation. On the flip side, if it's through your lender, that's something that we do have to make sure that goes through your lender because it's a very, very third party. We can't be personally involved. Again, we want to make sure that that person coming in does a great job and doesn't have any bias. An appraiser will usually take about 2 to 3 weeks to complete an appraisal from the time that you go under contract. They'll go ahead and do some legwork ahead of time. What does this mean? They'll look at the market as a whole. They'll maybe see some homes that are pretty darn close to the home that you're purchasing to make sure that they can get some really good comparables, or homes that are similar enough to yours that they allow us to understand what the estimated value of your home is. The appraiser will then go to the home. They'll look at the outside, the inside, upstairs, downstairs. They'll check everything out and make sure that the exact value includes the condition, the finishes, upgrades, etc. Once the appraiser visits your home, then they'll have the opportunity to put the whole report together. The report can be pretty lengthy, just like your contract. It's many, many pages, and it has tons of information on it. Once it's been fully processed, it'll then be given back to your lender. And from there, they'll send it to you with a little blurb about what the update is. If you have any questions, let us know. We're happy to walk you through it because it's a pretty complex report. We want to make sure that you understand what it says so that you can be well-versed in your appraisal. And that's mostly everything that you need to know about appraisals, but stay tuned. Next month, we're going to talk more about appraisal gaps, which we tend to see in more competitive seller markets like the one that we're in right now. From everyone here at the Golesh Team, thank you so much for watching, and we can't wait to see you next month and talk about appraisal gaps. Bye!